This is Spinal Tap. As you can see, I am a fan of This is Spinal Tap. And I did a review for the first one. Now we're talking about This is Spinal Tap 2. This is a movie that I think a lot of people were surprised was even being made. This is a movie that literally was just announced this year. Trailer just barely started coming out just right before this movie came out. And, there's a lot of people who don't even know that this movie's out. And I saw it at an early screening, and even the early screening had some fans you could tell were fans. They had t-shirts, and there was people laughing and having a good time. But, yeah. I think this whole movie thing is just really bizarre, because why did this movie even get made? And what is this movie exactly? I don't know, but let me just talk about my thoughts going into this movie. The most I hoped for with this movie was an entertaining movie. This was never going to be This is Spinal Tap. First of all, the style of music that the first movie was parroting, isn't even popular anymore, and isn't really it's a dead genre, where people kind of feel like they've lost everything they're saying. The people who love rock and roll and that classic rock stuff, it's still there for the people who love it, and some of it is classic stuff that still sticks around. That even someone as young as me, I'm only 22, I love some of this stuff. So, but there's also the other elephant in the room that, we're talking about a 40-year-old movie having a sequel where about an aging rock band, and now they're 80. They were talking about aging when they were 40, and now they're in their 80s. Like, what the fuck are we even doing? So I didn't really have high expectations for this movie, but the most I hoped for was a fun movie. And watching this movie, I was somehow even more disappointed than I thought I would be. I don't really know why it is. Maybe it's because I was in a bad mood today. Just nothing related to the movie. I don't even want to talk about why, but just been in a bad mood. But also, I was in a theater with not very many people. Well, that made it extra sad. And then it's like, the people I saw it with were having a better time than me. I mean, one guy was laughing the whole movie. But I think this movie is just unfortunate, because I loved the first movie. And this movie, the way I would describe what's wrong with it is like when you go to a concert, it's like a band that you really used to love, like you had all their records, maybe albums, CDs, whatever, and you love them, and they show up, they're on stage, they're playing some of their songs, and you're just like, oh fuck, you guys are old, you guys don't sound good anymore. That is exactly how this movie feels, when the way this movie should have felt if it was going to work is, oh shit, they're back, they're doing their thing, and they're better than ever, or just as good as they were back then. At least that's the way it should feel. Obviously, again, you'll never be as good as that first movie, but it just, my whole time watching this movie, I was just really bored. It was really unfunny. It felt like it was just going through the motions. It wasn't as like, let's call back to the first movie like I thought it would be, but it also wasn't anything new or fresh or felt like it had anything to say. There's a couple of good jokes in there, but you got Elton John. There's a fun moment in here. There's stuff I enjoy here, but I'm just sitting here a little just disappointed and everything, because it's not a terrible movie by any means, but it's not a good movie either. It's just fine, with nothing really new to say. They just put out a new book. I forget what it's called. I showed off in a video, but haven't read it yet. I'm going to do a video on it, so stay tuned for that, probably later this month or early next month. But anyways, I'm going to review that book, and that book is about the making of the first one and the second one. I'm curious what they have to say about the second one, because I'm really just curious why this movie got made. Because, yeah, the first movie's still beloved, but it can't be a money thing, because the money isn't there for something like this. It just isn't. We're talking about a good genre to a sequel to a movie that's popular, but not like, oh, I need a sequel kind of thing. I don't know what this movie was. I love the first movie. It's a great movie. I have the 4K Criterion Blu-ray pre-order. Can't wait to get that in mail this Tuesday. This whole movie was just so lackluster. Disappointment. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.